So if you've ever seen the movie The Convent, which is kind of like a Night of the Demons homage, the director of that, Mike Mendez, made another film, and it was his first feature film about two brothers that were similar to the Mendez twins. Let's talk about it.
Odessa and Kyle James were just your average American boys until the night that they went upstairs and killed their parents in cold blood and smiled.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review and an unboxing of SYNAPSE's Killers, which has been put out on Blu-ray from the director, like I mentioned, of The Convent. This is the first feature film of theirs, and it is being released on Blu-ray in a director's cut, an unrated director's cut, I should say. And since Killers is releasing, we actually have a giveaway that we're going to be doing where we give you a copy of Killers and Mike Mendez' The Convent on 4K.
Free.
We're going to pick one lucky winner. You're going to want to follow us on Instagram, so go to BTVcast on Instagram or follow our links down below and follow the details of that post for these two movies. Thank you to SYNAPSE and MVD Entertainment. You're going to have to follow the details on that to see if you win. And I'm going to talk to you all about what I think of this movie, what's inside, and all the extra details about this. All the timestamps are down below, so you can jump to whatever you want to see first. But let's get into it. I've been a big fan of Mike Mendez' The Convent for a very long time. For those of you who don't know, The Convent was like the Night of the Demons sort of homage, but in Mike Mendez's own way, where a bunch of teenagers go to a haunted house and basically resurrect demons, and yeah, all kinds of bad stuff happens. It's a comedy, it's silly, and it's actually really funny. But yeah, Dave Larson, one of the twins who also helped write this movie with Mike Mendez, he's hamming it up like his Mickey Rourke style, and it's kind of awesome and entertaining and so over the top. The characters in this movie are like so dark and like very over the top in everything that they say and do. And they're holding this family hostage, and there's a lot of really artistic shots that they're taking of the situation. And then one thing leads to another, and something happens in the movie that turns the movie around entirely. So it's not even the same movie that you were remembering. And it's kind of an interesting twist and concept of everything that happens in this movie, because you're rooting for different people in this movie throughout the whole thing. So essentially what's happening is that the James brothers have already gone to jail for killing their family, and they have escaped, and now they are on the run looking for a place to settle in. And they come across this family of four, of two daughters, one older, one younger, and a mom and a dad, who are this picturesque, perfect family. And they break in and start doing some depraved crap to them, which is kind of messed up. And there's a lot of monologues that are going on in the beginning of this movie, which are kind of funny and just so ridiculous. It's done in such a weird, serious way. And they shoot like these really extreme close-ups of like cigarettes and lips, and they do a really stylish job. In fact, this movie is entirely well lit and just done in a really cool way. It's really different from The Convent. And I was kind of like engrossed in it while it went on for a while. I'm sure there's going to be some people that probably don't like that slow sort of dialogue at that moment. But if you wait for it, it does get better. And then it turns into a pretty crazy action film that's like from the 80s that is just bloody and ridiculous that you just love to watch. And it's like fast food, you eat it. It's not amazing, it's just good. You mix that with like a story that like Quentin Tarantino meets like Last House on the Left. And you throw that into this sort of action film that goes in a crazy place that you'll just not expect. It's highly entertaining. It's like watching a old 80s like action flick that was never really popular, but they're just highly enjoyable because they say and do all these kind of cool things. What happens in the story and where it goes is actually pretty entertaining. I actually really enjoyed the twist in this movie and like what they do with it. None of this would ever happen, of course, and nothing is to be taken too seriously, but it is stylish and a much different tone than The Convent, and I actually kind of liked it. I didn't like it as much as The Convent, but I was surprised at how much I really enjoyed this movie. It's just a wild concept of a movie that there's just so many things that were ahead of its time that other movies have done since then that kind of remind me of this movie. So I would say that if you like action films and you like a little bit of a horror thriller, this is going to have a mixture of a lot of that kind of stuff in it. It's not perfect. You know, obviously this is done on a small budget, shot in Mike Mendez's parents' house. If you can imagine, they really didn't have a lot of money, but it is well done. And I'm actually impressed with it. And I would probably give it about a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10, knowing that it's supposed to be kind of taking the piss out of the scene, every scene, because it's like very dialogue heavy in the very beginning of the movie, but it opens up into a whole new film 45 minutes in. It's almost like it's 2 parts, and the way it changes is pretty wild, and I think you'll really enjoy it once you get to that point. And it just becomes like a, you know, slaughter fest with everybody. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy I got this film. It is very cheesy and ridiculous, which I like. It plays it serious, and it's funny because of that. It has some really insane moments of people shooting each other and like the places they go in this house and what happens to people in different parts of the house is just kind of just so over the top good that I think a lot of people will enjoy it if you have that, you know, mindset going in. Killers is out today, and you can pick it up for you for about $21 on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. They are having deals on Amazon right now, so we have a new storefront up if you want to go through some of the movies I have watched on this channel and maybe pick something up for yourself. It goes to help out this channel. But yeah, it's available now on Blu-ray from SYNAPSE. So check out the links below. Let's get into the extras and everything that's included in here, all the specs and details and everything for you right now. All right, guys, so we have our Killers here, which the front, as you can see, is pretty good. You got a picture on the back. The features on the inside are not that much, but we'll get to that. We do get a booklet here, also the SYNAPSE Films 2025 release product catalog, and they come with this other booklet here which says My Brother's Death, Mike Mendez's Killers by Heather Drain. The inside here is also a picture of one of the characters on there. Killers, Blu-ray, SYNAPSE Films. We do not get a reversible cover on this one. Now, the aspect ratio is in 178:1. Looks really crisp, by the way. Actually, this movie looks really good for a movie that I wasn't expecting to look as good as it was. You know, it's his first feature film, but it looks really fantastic on the Blu-ray. This is also audio English. We get the DTS HD with 2.0 stereo and English for the deaf and hard hearing, so you get the subtitles for that. All regions, so you can watch it anywhere you want. And also, it's 96 minutes for your viewing pleasure. Now, we also get some extras on here. There's an original unrated director's cut that's scanned and restored from the Multicam Entertainment Group, which is where it was originally, and the audio commentary with director Mike Mendez and action horror journalist Michael Gingold, who talks about how the movie kind of came about. They kind of go back and forth on it. We also get a promotional trailers and the alternate ending. There is a different ending. I actually prefer the one that they went with than the one that they tried to go with, but I can see why they evolved it to what it was. So it's kind of interesting. We also get that booklet that I was mentioning by critic writer Heather Drain, which is a pretty short read, but it's actually pretty entertaining. So, but yeah, that's pretty much everything that you're going to get in Killers here. And honestly, I really enjoyed it. So I think it's worth checking out. I really highly recommend you watching it. And if you want to pick up a copy for yourself, you can, like I said, with the link down below from the Amazon, and it helps out our channel. So not by much, but a little bit goes a long way here to keep the lights on, guys. So thank you. But that's everything, guys. Thank you so much to SYNAPSE Films and MBD Entertainment Group for believing in this channel and supporting it. You guys rock, and I'm so glad that I'm able to shuffle some things together to make a giveaway for you. So if you haven't already, please go to our Instagram, look at the post, and do it. It's free. But let me know what you think about this movie in the comment section down below either way. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. We got a lot more for Voidtober and some guests that we're going to be having on. So be prepared and look out for new content just about every single day for Halloween. But thanks everybody. And as always, long live the void.